Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sonic Chronicle. My name is Owen and today we are going to be taking a look at something that's a little bit near and dear to my heart in some regards, something that makes me a little bit sad in some other ways, but yeah, it's music related and it's actually kind of cool, kind of exciting. Long-term viewers of the channel will be aware that I actually love the Eurovision Song Contest, and it has saddened me that over the past couple of years it has kind of allowed itself to be tarnished significantly, in my opinion, by the inclusion of, countries, previously like Russia, with regards to like, Sochi and stuff like that. But then also, more recent years around Israel and its inclusion in the competition. I'm not going to get too political about this, but, that is something that has saddened me, and as a result, I have decided personally to boycott the competition and to not watch anything to do with it. However, I learned there during the week that the legend that is Johnny Logan and the legend that is Lordi have opted to swap songs, and they have decided to cover one another's songs. So Lordi is going to be covering Hold Me Now, which was originally performed by Johnny Logan and won the competition, and Johnny Logan is going to be performing the classic Hard Rock Hallelujah performed by Lordi, which won the competition in the early 2010s, I believe. Anyway, loved it. No, maybe it was earlier than that. It was probably earlier than that because I was working in a government job at the time. It was about 2006, maybe? Yeah, that's a long time ago, about 20 years. Lordi are an unbelievable band. Johnny Logan is an unbelievable performer. So I'm excited. Before we get into this, though, please do consider hitting the like button. Please do consider subscribing to the channel if you like what I do generally and you'd like to see more videos like this drop directly into your subscriber feed. And of course, leave me comments in the comment section if there's anything that I talk about here that you disagree with. Stuff that you do agree with, leave me those as well. I always like to hear the positive as well. But that said and done though, let's move over to my other view where I've got this preloaded and we're going to have a listen to Lordi and Mother Beast Nura Luhimo singing Hold Me Now by Johnny Logan. Straight in. This is an actual banger though. Hold Me Now is a great song. I saw Lordi many years ago. Mr. Lordi sounds exactly the same as he sounded way back then. This is such a great 80s power ballad, which it was originally. And they've maintained the synth sounds, but the distorted guitars bring it to another level. Like this could be a Whitesnake song. It's a great song already. Again, coming back to my criticism of other covers that have been done. I was going to say, does it enough to elevate it? But I think the vocal performance from her, from Nura, is excellent. Wow. Excellent stuff. Brilliant. I saw Lordi many years ago. I say many years ago. Probably 10 years ago. One of my mates convinced me to go see them, even though I was working an early shift the next day. And we went and saw Lordi play on a very small stage. They themselves said it was probably the smallest stage that they've ever performed on. And they debated whether or not they were actually going to do it. Well, that's nice. Lordi's guitarist is so good. Excellent, excellent transition. Beautiful opportunity for a solo taken. Oh, wow. Great work on the key change. It's great. It's so good. What do you say when love is not enough?
What can I say now? My words are not enough.
Very good. Very strong. Oh, wow. Very, very good. That's strong. That is very strong. Again, earlier on, I was a little bit wary that, maybe it wasn't doing enough. Maybe they were just doing, heavy guitars and calling it a day. Not the case. Not the case at all. That is great fun. I really, really like that. All right, so that is the Lordi portion of this done. Let's go check out how Johnny got on with Hard Rock Hallelujah. Let's go over here and take a look at this here now. Also, another great cover image. He looks a little bit like Bill Maher here. But from what I understand, he's turned this into like a pop rock hit. And you can get that vibe here. Not as heavy, a little bit more moody.
The saints are crippled on the sinner's night. Lost are the lambs with no guiding light.
Do you know what this reminds me of? This really reminds me of Somewhere Only We Know by Keane. We go somewhere only we know. I think that's it. I think it's Somewhere Only We Know. Hallelujah. I think of the two, I think the other one is my preferred one. That said, Johnny's doing very well for being in his 70s? I think it's his 70s? Let me double check that real quick. Johnny Logan age. He's 72. If I sound as good as Johnny Logan when I'm 72, I'll take that. But yeah, it does give me big Keane vibes. And it's hard to get those dynamics without the production of like heaviness behind it. And maybe it's the mix's fault. It just feels a bit pedestrian and a little bit like Johnny's going through the motions here. And that descending motif there, I'm not sure that's the right way to go about it. Are they going to do the drum fill? No! That's what I would have liked to have seen or heard. Because that's pretty iconic when it comes to the original song. Good effort. Is he going to go for a big high note? I don't begrudge him not going for a big high note. Again, he's 72. He's 72. I can't expect much more from him than that. It's a good effort. And I think this will put the song on people's radars if they hadn't thought about it for a while, or if they weren't aware of it, particularly here in Ireland. That it might be a situation that people hear this soft rock version of it and then go off and look for the proper full fat Lordi version of it. But yeah, not my favourite of the two. Anyway, let's head back over to my other view, and we'll wrap things up here. So that is Lordi performing "Hold Me Now" with, what's that lady's name? I can't remember. Oh, and I feel bad about that. Noura. She was very, very talented. She is very, very talented. And she really helped to bring another layer to that song as well, which was exceptional, you know. And I think that is, again, another example of a cover done right. Again, I did feel like in the first half, or the first verse or so, that it was just, you know, leaning on the gimmick of, you know, having electric guitars in there to do enough. And that would have been disappointing, but it wasn't. They did so much more with it, and I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. The Johnny Logan version of Hard Rock Hallelujah, less impressed by. Yes, it is you know, a completely different take, right? That it's got acoustic guitars rather than electric guitars. I would say most of the way through that. And I think that there are some questionable enough choices in there, and there's not enough bombasticness to it. That if you've heard the original first and then you hear that, you're like, yeah, it's a bit pedestrian. It's a bit simple. It doesn't do a lot for me. But again, could be the mix, could be the production element there. Again, Johnny's 72. You got to cut him some slack in terms of the vocal area. And yeah, those two legends of Eurovision, I was very, very pleasantly surprised to see that they were doing it, and neither of them did a bad job, right? Of the other's song. So I'm very pleasantly surprised by that. Delighted to see that they're, you know, still involved in the Eurovision scene. They're having a bit of fun with it. You could not get two more different acts, right, than Johnny Logan and Lordi. And you know, they seem to have that real Eurovision winner respect for one another, which is great. You know, love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. And of course, love to see their careers continuing and flourishing. That said, I've never seen Johnny Logan live, but I've seen Lordi live, so take from that what you will. Anyway, that is it for today, folks. Thank you so much for stopping by and for hanging out with me while we listen to those two songs. I was going to say watch these videos, but they weren't really videos. And yeah, if you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel to get more of this stuff dropped into your subscriber feed. Hang out with me more, right? Leave me comments in the comment section below if you agree with anything, if you disagree with anything, if you have comments on anything. Maybe I got something wrong over the course of this video, as I am wont to do. Leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to have a conversation with you. But as I say, thanks a ton for hanging out, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.